Hello there everyone, this is Alex from Hardcore Guides bringing you my guide for BioShock Survivor Mode with no Vita-Chambers. And today's episode we're going to be going through the farmer's market. This is the other half of Arcadia basically. It's kind of like Smuggler's Hideout with Neptune's Bounty. You know, you go from Neptune's Bounty to Smuggler's Hideout and therefore they count it as another level, but you can't actually take a bathysphere here, so yeah. This first turret, go ahead and hack him, just because we're going to need him for a little bit later. I know not a lot of splicers like come around there, but you know, hey, it's better just to have him than not at all. And you know, he's a rocket guy too. Like if it's like a normal turret or security camera, and you know, I know there's no splicers that ever come there, I'll just blow them up. But if it's a rocket turret, I'll do it just because. You know, you never know what's going to happen. I mean, plus they do, you know, a little bit more damage than said, like, regular turrets anyway, you know, as far as I believe. Then you come into this room and we're going to get stuck with another turret. It seems like I already got my subject research done for all the security. Well, that's what it looks like for the turrets at least. I am not 100% sure on all the security. I'll have to go back and make sure on that one. This is going to be a actually guided walk. I mean, they're all guides, but this episode particularly, I'm going to have to talk a little bit more about what's going on and what you have to do, or what I need you guys to do. This little area right here, I completely neglected in my Let's Play. I forgot about this ever being here. Because, like, when I play it, you know, I play like once a year, BioShock once a year, and sometimes I'll just forget about it. I think I found this place before, but then, from then on, you know, I just kind of forgot about it. So, I go ahead and whip out the proximity mines because I just kind of want to waste them. That way I can just pick up the extra ones. It's kind of like a freebie kind of deal. You know, you guys will notice that I do that a lot, where I find ammo that's scarce. Or not really scarce, but just it's around the field, and I just decide just to go ahead and use the ammo itself and just pick it up that way. The thing about BioShock is, on Survivor mode, they don't really get rid of anything. They don't make it really any harder to survive. What it is initially is you die quicker. That's practically about it. You take more damage and you do less damage. That's kind of how, you know, that's kind of how the BioShock Survivor kind of runs on a par. And that's why playing with no Vita-Chambers on kind of makes it a little bit more difficult and a little bit more fun and challenging than said just playing on Survivor, which I did on my Let's Play. I just played directly on Survivor because I knew I was going to do just fine. I mean, I did die a lot, but, you know, hey, I had Vita-Chambers on, you know, there's no regrets there. You are going to be attacked by a Thug Splicer and, of course, a Leadhead Splicer in this little area, so just be fair warned about that. I think that's just about it. There's like those two, and you're pretty much good to go from there. There will be I will fight a Big Daddy in this level, too. I will kill off a Big Daddy. Speaking of Big Daddies, I'm going to go back probably near the end of my guide and maybe just like pick up on, or maybe I might do it in my next video. I might just like go back to Neptune's Bounty and kill a Big Daddy that way. And I might go back to like all the levels I didn't, you know, do already. I might just go back and get all the Big Daddies and just finish all the ones off in just like one video and show you guys. Or I can just off screen it. Either way, it doesn't really matter because I'm going to be taking them out anyway. But I like to wait till like, not the very end, but once I realize that I have enough research, which I do actually have enough research on Rosies, then I just decide, you know, then I decide just to go back and go take them out that way. And of course, you got to have plenty of ammo to do it too, so make sure you've got that as well. There's really nothing in this room besides some diaries and just some stuff. But if you're like me, you'll probably end up coming to this room all the time. Like when you play BioShock, when I play BioShock at least, well, the only thing that actually does spawn is a Houdini splicer, but she spawns outside, so she spawns once you come in this room, and then she just walks away. Or I think she spawns like at a certain threshold, like when you're walking in the room, then that's when she decides to go and spawn somewhere around there. And of course, I go ahead and hack this cage open, you know, just more stuff, more supplies. Electric gel is definitely going to be useful. It's definitely going to be, you know, of course, useful for the Big Daddy fights. My next upgrade I should get, I don't get in this video, but the next upgrade I'm thinking about getting is probably the consumption rate for the napalm, for the chemical thrower. That way I can use electric gel efficiently on Big Daddies. and just have that extra little bit of damage that I could probably, potentially do to Big Daddies. And of course, the Houdini Splicer did go back and heal up, so that was kind of a pain in the butt, and I had to go deal with that crap. Then I realized, once I was fighting it, like, it healed up, and I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna go hack it just to get rid of it. That way, if she decides to run away and decides to go heal up, she'll just, die, so. But then I killed her anyway, so whatever. This part of Farmer's Market, we need to grab, I think, like, how many distilled waters? Like 9? 7? 7? Yeah, I think that's what it says. I can't read from this far. I'm, like, all the way down here. I can't even see. I have to, like, look. I have to tilt my head up a little bit just to see that small screen that I am looking at. Of course, I can make it a little bit bigger and make it a little bit better, but, hey, I don't really care. That's just more work on my end to deal with. But, yeah, there is a Rosie that does spawn there, and somehow I got caught by the security. I got caught by the security camera. I don't even know how. I didn't really pay attention to where it was. But luckily, in Farmer's Market, there's a little crawl space that I'm going to use to my advantage. Because for some reason, security bots do not like to go in there. And of course, you can close off the door, and you can keep them away from you. They can't hit you or nothing, so it's really nice. I don't know why I shot that bottle. I don't know. The things I do in this game, I have no idea why I do them sometimes. It's just a part of the moment kind of deal. I just do them just because. I will also keep the other part of Arcadia because I don't feel like making a whole video going back to Arcadia. For that small little section of just like a guild fight. Basically like a giant firefight with a bunch of splicers and stuff. I did, what did I do? I think I destroyed the security camera. Either I destroyed it or I hacked it, either one, but I got rid of the security camera, which, was pissing me off a little bit. I think I might have hacked it because I knew the Big Daddy was going to come around, and at this moment, I was getting kind of the idea, yeah, I got caught again because I was being stupid. I got the idea that, oh, I do hack, okay. Or no, I think I destroyed it because I can't hack it. I don't know why. Yeah, the game was being... I don't know. The game was being weird. I think I hacked like a security bot, though. Yeah, I do. Okay. I think I hacked like 2 of them. Yeah, here we go. I hacked 2 of them. Because I had an idea like, oh my god, this crawl space. I'm thinking to myself, like, I could probably hide in here. If I can hide away from security bots, and they're small enough to fit in the room, but they won't come in anyway. Big Daddies couldn't fit in the room anyway. They can't crouch, so I could just go ahead and fight a Big Daddy while inside the crawl space because I have the damage immunity for the grenade launcher, so I can just use that against Big Daddy. I can use a grenade launcher against Big Daddy and just take him out that way. So that was kind of a really smart gesture for myself. I don't mean to brag to myself. I'm just thinking like that's kind of a smart thing you could do. If you're ever in like a Big Daddy fight, like kind of like Neptune's Bounty, with that first Big Daddy, he spawns right near basically a place where you can take cover. The cover system in this game is really well made. Everything in this game is just fantastic. I was about to throw out some profane words about that, but I said it was just fantastic. That's all I can say. Then of course there's this Thug Splicer who does I think she gets knocked around by the Big Daddy because I think she accidentally hits him or something. Or maybe not. I don't remember. I come back in this room because I think I already hit the... No, I think the security bots start fighting the Thug Splicer, and I think... eventually, sometime... Yeah, I do go back and save. I didn't cut this out because I don't care. I just want to show you guys that I'm actually saving it, because why would I save it if I'm not playing with no Vita-Chambers on? That just makes no sense. So I do save it just in case I do die, and I don't want to go back to all that crap again, because, it's just a hassle. So I'm using armor-piercing bullets on the Big Daddy, because, more damage. It's just a pistol. I'm not really going to use it that much anyway. I probably should use the armor-piercing from a machine gun, but I decided not to. I'm just kind of like trying to chip off a little bit of his health. That way I can use a grenade launcher to blow his ass up. So I come down here and I hide in this little hidey hole of mine that I made. Well, I didn't make it, it was already here. It's programmed in the game, but I'm using it to my advantage. Which is something that a lot of people probably need to start doing, though. Do not use proximity mines. And you'll see why once I start using them. Like, if you start running out of stuff, Like, you start running out of frag grenades, if you don't have enough and you have, like, proximity mines, you can use them. But, yeah, you can, that's kind of why, because the hit detection for, like, proximity mines is, it's a little weird. Sometimes it'll stick to, like, it'll stick to that wall. Sometimes, like, if there's, yeah, see, it sticks to the wall again. Like, I shot it right outside of the thing, and it stuck to the wall. It was really weird to me. But I did kill out the Big Daddy. I did harvest the little sister, so, you know, no big deal. We got rid of him, so that's what I wanted. And it's even better because it's a Rosie. You know, I feel like I'm even more powerful just kicking a Rosie's ass, because bouncers are just simple. They're, to be honest, they're too easy to fight. But that's a good thing too, because the first Big Daddy we actually encounter is a bouncer, making it, you know, easy to fight, easy to learn to kind of how to pick up on how to fight a Big Daddy. But then they throw out a Rosie on you, and that's where the game's like, well, now you're going to have to learn how to fight Rosies too. And I love that about BioShock. What I like about BioShock 2 though, and it was supposed to come in BioShock 1, there's supposed to be these guys named, oh god, what were they called? Ramblers? I don't really play BioShock 2 that much, I know. I'm supposed to be like a BioShock nerd, but the only nerd I am for BioShock is the first one, the one that I really enjoy the most. And in BioShock 2, Rumblers, I think that's what they were called. Yeah, they're supposed to be in this game, but they ended up, you know, being scrapped for, I guess, like space or something like that. I don't really know exactly. But they ended up not making their way into this game. They made their way into BioShock 2, and what Rumblers do is they have rockets attached to them, and they just shoot out, like, you know, rockets instead of like Rosie's rivet gun. There still is Rosies and bouncers, I believe, but yeah. The thing about BioShock 2 though is it's a big giant shoot 'em up game. That's really what it is. You're constantly shooting somebody. You know, there's really hardly any time to breathe in that game, I feel like. As with this game, you hardly fight anybody. And when you fight like a lot of people, it's like once or twice. Once or twice you ever fight like groups of people. You know? And you will hardly encounter more than like 2 to 3 splicers at one time. Hardly. You'll hardly ever fight more than just 2 or 3. And that's something I really enjoy about this game, is like it gives me time to prepare myself for the next fight. It gives me time to, you know, scavenge for stuff, to be able to, not really scavenging for anything really. There's really nothing to scavenge. This is not Last of Us, this is not Resident Evil. You know, there's really no survival part of it. There is, but there isn't. Like, you know, most survival games, you know, you have to like scavenge for your weapons, or you have to scavenge for your items and stuff like that. You do in this game, but the items are always here. Like if you play from normal mode and you play on survival like I am here, you're gonna get the same amount of RNG you're gonna get on normal mode. Except for like, okay, you won't get the same RNG, but you'll get the same item placement basically. The RNG kicks in for splicers and stuff like that. Like, you know, to be honest, I really don't care what I get, because I'm always prepared, and I'm always, you know, I'm a professional at this game. I will admit that I probably am quite professional. I mean, I'm not like hardcore professional. I can't, you know, not take damage. That's almost impossible for me. But hey, so yeah, right here I get those shotguns rate of fire. I just feel like it's more of a convenience thing. That's what the second upgrades are for. But you got damage upgrades, and then you have, well, the crossbow doesn't really have a damage upgrade. No, yeah, it does. I'm trying to think of what doesn't have a damage upgrade. Well, the chemical thrower doesn't have a damage upgrade though. All it has is consumption rate and range. So, you know, both are convenient upgrades. And then I think, like, the grenade launcher, for example, you know, the damage immunity is definitely a convenient upgrade, but at the same time, it's a necessary upgrade. Especially for BioShock, you know, with no Vita-Chambers on, because if you kill yourself, it's yeah. Sometimes like grenades will just backfire on you, and that's where it can be a big problem. Especially when you're fighting Big Daddies, though, because the grenade launcher is probably the toughest weapon you've got so far. And in being so, it can do a lot of damage to you. We do pick up Photographer's Eye. I do not put it on because I looked and I made sure if I had Photographer's Eye on already, which I did, which basically was, you know, the second version of it, or the upgraded version, so I didn't really need it. I don't know why they put it here when you can just research your way there. I don't know. It's for people who haven't really done the research enough, and who, you know, who don't have the research already done. And so, you know, why not, right? So I do use the napalm here to kind of burn off the enemies. I could use incinerate, but that's kind of a waste of Eve, so yeah, I don't really care about that. I realize that there's water around here, so if you burn the splicers, they're gonna run into the water, shock them, they're dead, bam. It's basically that easy. It's really that easy. And BioShock has a lot of water options. And that's a good thing, because there's a game I played, oh god, I don't remember what it was, where, like, like 3 times in the whole game. Like, the first time, in the first part of the game, they give you, like, some certain way to kill an enemy. And they're like, you can use this to kill enemies. And then it doesn't appear for, like, the other half of the game. You don't get to use that option for, like, the next half of the game. And then, like, you get to use that option, like, one more time, like, around the end of the game. It's like, seriously? And, you know, again, that's what I love about this game, because every level has practically almost the same amount of options that you can use, you know, in certain places. Like, if they know that there's going to be a lot of enemies surrounding you, they're going to put, like, water around you. That way you can kill them all in one go. And it's so nice. Or oil, or whatever, you know. Which I don't use oil, but, you know, hey, if it's there, you can use it. Oh my god, I know, I love this game, and there's nothing I can express more. Like, I just can't say anything bad about this game. I do buy a physical tonic slot, and I decide to put on, what was it? Oh, I think I put on Security Evasion, or I put on Evelink. I put on Evelink Plus. You know, actually, for the longest time, I never really thought that Evelink was really that good. But after playing the game for quite a while, and if you mix and match them together, like if you take Evelink with Medical Expert, you're going to get a crap ton of Eve back, I believe. So, you know, you get Evelink Plus, and you get Medical Expert Plus, you might get quite a bit of Eve back with your health. So it's a really nice kind of touch to the game that you can just do that. The tonics in this game are amazing, and I find it funny how in BioShock 2, Subject Delta is so slow that the very first tonic in the game you get is a speed boost tonic. So that's something you want to keep on forever. But the thing about BioShock 2's tonics, though, is there's no, like, there is engineering tonics, there's stuff like that, but it's all in one gigantic tonic slot. So it's mainly just like a giant perk system. So yeah, see, this is one of the very first kind of like horde mode fights where you're going to end up fighting a crap ton of enemies. Well, not like a whole lot of enemies, but just more than enough that you really want to put up with. And what sucks about this part is you have to keep turning off, you have to keep gassing the bees, that way you can get the enzymes. And then once you do that, once you hit the lever, all the splicers are going to come right, you know, they're going to come back right out of the woodwork and start biting you again. I don't think there's really an infinite amount of splicers that do come around, but I know there's quite a lot of splicers that do come around when you start it up again, so it's mainly just thugs and lead heads. The thugs are obviously easiest to deal with, whereas, you know, the lead heads are not. And of course, you have to wait for the thing to shut down so you can leave and stuff like that. But, you know, the game gives you plenty of time to get your stuff and get out. So it's really nice. I just kind of wish that when the enzymes, or not when the gas goes down, that it, you know, the bees start attacking them, which I think they do. Actually, I think the bees do attack the splicers, but I'm not 100% sure anymore. Because when I play this game, I just go through it, you know, I just speed through it and stuff like that. But now we have enough supplies to make the Lazarus Vector, so we're going to go right back to Arcadia and finish up there. We're done with Farmer's Market. We're practically done with the Farmer's Market. I'm not going to check for the audio diaries. If I get all the audio diaries, then that's good. If I don't, then oh well. We're not really doing it for 100%. We're just trying to go through the game and be done on BioShock's, you know, survivor mode with no Vita-Chambers. That's That's what we're trying to do here. If you do actually come back to Farmer's Market after you finish Arcadia, what I mean by that is when you fix the gas problem that's going on, you know, with the oxygen, you fix the oxygen problem that we're having to take care of right now. If you fix that, you come back here, there will actually be, I think, like an Eve hypo near those stairs. That was near the rocket turret. It was either a hypo or something else, but I don't remember exactly what it was. So there we go. We're back in Arcadia now, and I did cut there. Security bots will come out of the woodwork to fight you. And as you can see right there in the last video, I was talking about, like, if you hack the security bot, he's going to stay behind. That's what I was talking about. He does stay behind, and then you can just rehack him again. I got on my camera, that way I could take a picture of all the security bots. But unfortunately, the security bots decided not to want to come out today, so yeah. I think I might have made it to, like, a bot shutdown station, or maybe I just got away in general. I don't remember exactly. Problem with coming back to Arcadia is you're going to be constantly overridden by even more splicers this time. And there is going to be a whole phased out fight that we're going to put up with. It's kind of... Oh, now they come. Yeah, now they come. It takes them like half a minute just to get over here, just to come find me and kill me. So, of course, I don't let them kill me, because if I did, then I'd be screwed. The good thing about the bot shutdown system is it shuts them all down. Like, you know, the ones that are basically appeared already, they're gonna fall down and you can hack them. So, you know, hey. But in BioShock's Rapture sense, what happens if security catches you, right? And you decide to go ahead and shut it down? How would that benefit the person who's trying to protect their own privacy? That, to me, just makes no sense at all. What I'm saying is, like, if say you robbed somebody in this game, right? And, you know, when you're gonna go rob them, the security goes off. So you walk outside and there's a security bot shutdown station. You shut them down, you can go in and rob that person. How? What? I mean, I know that's there for this game. Like, I know that's there for Jack. You know, because Jack's the only person who does actually use it in this game. But I kind of find it silly to kind of think of it like that. I don't know, it's just one of those gaming logic things where you have to really think about, you know, you're just like, I don't understand what the hell's going on here. So I do take a few pictures of the little sister, and I think I take a picture of the big daddy. Or no, I can't, because I'm already dead, so I get my little bit of health and a little bit of Eve. We will come back to Arcadia, and we will finish up with those two, so yeah. I will come back eventually. I think I got all the research done for Rosie's. I might just come back when I get all the research done. I don't know if I'm actually 100% done or not. I think I do finish it in Arcadia. I don't remember, but we will find out. Of course, I don't have any more security around here because, well, yeah, everything's destroyed. Yeah, I didn't get all the Rosie's done. Sometimes when I let it go, when I let the camera research kind of like go up, when it flashes that screen that shows like the bars going up, I do that so I can kind of see my progress. I'm doing that so I can see exactly how much stuff I have left. In here, there's going to be a lead head splicer, so just be wary of that. And then go ahead and shut this shit down and go ahead and build the Lazarus vector, which I think we did. Oh no, it has to cook. That's right. Like, we have all the stuff, but we have to let it cook down. So that's something you cannot avoid in New Game Plus. Unfortunately, but, you know, that's okay. So there is only about 3 doors and 3 places where these guys can come from. Grab the pneumo. It's going to have some proximity mines for you, just in case, that you can lay down. This is a finite fight. Basically, once you kill a certain amount of enemies, it's over. I don't know exactly how many enemies. I've never really paid attention to it, but, you know. I know there's just not an infinite number of them, though. I don't really think it's timed either, because I've tried that and it never really did anything good. So, what I'm trying to do here is I did realize that I finally had a security turret. I forgot about him being there. I'm trying to get him to shoot the Big Daddy. And the only way to get him to do that is for a splicer to be around the Big Daddy for the turret to lock on and shoot at. And if he shoots at the the splicer around the Big Daddy's gonna get hit by the bullets, and the Big Daddy's gonna get pissed and attack it instead of me. Then I can run in and do all my good stuff. So I whip out the electric gel right here, and I decided just to go ahead and wail on the Big Daddy eventually. I do kill him, I think. Well, I mean, I can't kill him because there was actually another Big Daddy that does spawn in this very room that does piss me off. It was funny. I was just standing there too. Look at that. I was just standing there too. He walks all the way over to me and knocks me back. And I'm a little bit, pissed off here. And I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Really? So yeah, my security turret is going, pretty much just going ham on these guys, just trying to take them all out. And, yeah, it's nice to have them. It really is. But I'm kind of sad that I didn't have a lot of. I didn't have all my security systems back up and running. I don't think. So I do save it here. When I do save it, that pretty much demeanors the fact that I'm going to be fighting Big Daddy. That's pretty much what it means. I'm going to be taking out the Big Daddy. So I whip out the electric bucket, and look how much damage I do. And that's just from a back shot too. That's like a lot of damage. But I used to think that their weakness was their back because they always had that. They always had that barrel on their back, so I always aim for that. I don't really think that's really true though. But look how much damage I'm doing. I mean, even with just my turret, I am just maximizing a whole crap load of damage to this Big Daddy. I do take him out, and, I feel so rewarded, though. That's another thing I love about this game, is you fight Big Daddies, you kill Big Daddies, and you get Adam out of it because you killed that Big Daddy, and that Big Daddy, puts up a giant fight. And I love that kind of like risk-reward system. It's not really a risk, really. I mean, you're not really risking a whole lot, especially if you have Vita-Chambers on. But when you play on no survivor, or no Vita-Chambers on survivor mode, that's when the risk, is like almost 100%. Because you don't know if you're gonna fuck up or not. Because if you screw up, you have to go back and save it, or you have to go back to your save spot. Speaking of save spots and hard modes. I do not like Dead Space 2's hardcore mode at all. You only get to save the game like 3 times. That's it. That is stupid. I'm sorry, but I just don't like that. I can see where it comes from, but you have to sit there for like a whole session. Probably like, that's almost like a weekend waster right there. That's what I call it. I mean, if you're willing to waste your weekend like I do, then you can go ahead and do it, which I'm going to try and, attempt it. I did try it one time, and I did save it like once. This was like a long time ago. I did try playing on hard mode or hardcore mode a long time ago, but I never got past it. Because the game is, it's not really that hard. It's more of scarce survival stuff, really. Kind of like Last of Us. Imagine playing Last of Us on grounded mode with having only to use a save spot 3 times. Think about that. That's pretty much what I feel like I'm doing. But Dead Space is amazing. Dead Space is an amazing game. Last of Us is also an amazing game. Unfortunately, survivor mode is not. It's not even that hard, really. I mean, it was hard, but it wasn't like that hard. I had moments where, I felt like, man, I don't know if I can get past this part. It's taken forever. I just need to get past this part. Well, actually, I knew I could. It's just. I got fatigued after a while playing on survivor mode. Like I'm just tired of trying to beat these guys down. I'm still trying to beat grounded mode though, which I've not done yet. But Last of Us and Dead Space are a great example of how good survival games can be and how hard they can be. That if you're gonna make a survival game, I'm going off on BioShock right now. If you're gonna make a survival game, you gotta at least make the items scarce. If you're gonna make a hardcore difficulty, you gotta make, the items even more scarce than they were already. Make the enemies attack you even more. Therefore making you have to use some kind of certain strategy. Now, Dead Space 2's hardcore mode is a bunch of bullcrap, though. Having to save only 3 times. I mean, come on, really? I mean, Hell in Hell mode for like, Devil May Cry wasn't even that annoying. But I do give credit, at least, at least it goes by its namesake. It is hardcore. It was funny, I was watching a guy there's a guy I watch on YouTube. And he's been playing Zealot mode for Dead Space 2. I was watching that, and The thing about it is he picked that mode because that actually really is the hardest difficulty setting. Because I think hardcore is basically zealot mode. It might be harder than zealot mode. I don't know. I don't know if the enemies do more damage in zealot or in hardcore mode or not. But hardcore mode basically is just a gimmick mode. You know, I like gimmick modes, but at the same time, I don't like being forced to do them for like a trophy or something like that. You know, I don't know. Hell in Hell mode is a pretty good example of a gimmick mode. Basically, it's, you know, the enemies do the enemies are on Son of Sparta difficulty, which means that they take not a lot of damage to kill, so they're pretty pathetic already. And I am talking about both DMC and DMC4, by the way. DMC Devil May Cry and then, you know, DMC4. They don't take a lot of damage to kill, but they kill you in one hit. So you have to be, you know, you have like 3 lives that you can use. 3 gold orbs is like a 3 life system, and it's kind of lame. I mean, the only benefit you get out of the whole game is being Dante Must Die mode, not Hell in Hell mode. I feel like I felt like I was an even better player for beating the game on Dante Must Die than I did Hell in Hell. Although Hell in Hell, I did feel pretty good when I beat that mode. I was like, yes, finally. I beat Hell in Hell mode on the DMC Devil May Cry, not on DMC4 yet, because I have to go back and redo my whole thing. Although, speaking of DMC4, man, I would love to. I gotta go back and play that game again, because, you know, I've been in such a big DMC4 mood lately. You know, I kept seeing like DMC4 this, DMC4 that, and so now I just want to go back and actually just finish Dante Must Die mode for once and get it over with. My problem with Dante Must Die mode on that game is the final boss. That's pretty much the only problem I have. Also, I want to mention real quick, that whole fight, I don't even know how that started. I don't even know why he started attacking me for it. It just, he came out of nowhere, and, you know, he provoked himself. He pretty much got pissed at me, and then he started fighting me, and then I just killed him. So that was the instant I knew that I am prepared to take out Rosies like nothing. But there will actually be elite bouncers. There's going to be elite Rosies, so be very careful too, because, you know, you'd think they're easy now. They're only going to get a little bit harder. Only a little bit. They're not like, you know, they're not going to be super strongly hard, but, you know, they're going to get a little bit harder. But I will probably one day when I decide to beat like Devil May Cry and Dante Must Die mode, the first one, I'll probably just do that on this channel. If anything, I could do like DMC Devil May Cry's Dante Must Die. I can start from the easiest one to the very hardest one, which the very hardest one is actually 3. And I think the second easiest Dante Must Die must be probably 2. I don't know. You know, I want to say it's the second game, but I'm not 100% sure on that. But anyway, folks, we're nearing the end of our video, and I hope you all enjoyed. And I will see you all next time when we play some more BioShock and Survivor Mode with no Vita-Chambers. As always, take care, everybody.